Hello there, Prophetess Danielle. Hello there, Ernestine. How are you? We're going to talk about different traumas that the narcissist use against you. Thank you so much, Danielle. Well, we're 2 minutes and 31 seconds into 1 hour showing. This is about the traumas that the narcissist use: hypervigilance, trauma bonding, exploiting emotional vulnerabilities, isolation, challenging and reframing, feeling confused, remembering and reliving the trauma over and over again, difficulty concentrating, gaslighting, ignoring boundaries, insomnia, narcissistic abuse on every scale. So there's different kind of narcissist traumas, self-destructive behaviors. These are the things that the hello there, how are you? Yolanda, it's good to have you on. These are the traumas that the narcissist use against you, and especially self destroying behavior or self-destructive behavior. What happens is the narcissist convinced you that you are not fit to love, and he convinced you that you are not worth loving. He convinced you that everything that goes wrong in the relationship is your fault. He convinced you that you are a curse to existence. This is what the narcissist convinced you of. He does it, or she does it, so consecutively, constantly, beating it, saying it. You don't believe it at first, you believe it's torment. Then he keeps saying it, then you start challenging yourself. Well, maybe it is me, because he wouldn't say it if it wasn't me. Then you start believing that it is you. Then you start self-destructive behavior. Yolanda said 39 years. Woo! That's a long time, girl. 39 years, Yolanda. How did you get out of it? 39 years. How did you come to the end of a 39-year relationship with someone that you love, someone that you adored? I was 14. Oh my God, you were just a baby. She said, I'm still in it. What? How? How did you not know what it was, or what is it? How are you still in it? I'm just waking up. Okay. She said, can you, Ernestine, what are you saying? Ernestine, can you sue you into gift too? Ernestine, rewrite your question. Rewrite your question. So let's talk about this, Yolanda. You're just now waking up in it. So what are you doing to reprieve? Do you have any help? Are you on your own? What is happening? What is happening, Yolanda? Are you in the States or are you out of the country? Because we have people all over the world that are on this. No help. Okay. Can they sway you into gift giving? Of course, they can bribe you. You're talking about bribery, right, Ernestine? Can they bribe you? Yeah, they can. They can bribe you, because if they want you back, see, they give you a gift, but in the end, they're going to get everything they gave you back, because they're planning to get it back. And so when they give you, they're just putting out at first, but they know in the end, they get everything they give you, they're going to get it back. You're not going to be able to keep it, because when they come in, they're going to start the same torment that caused you to leave them at first. Going down the rabbit hole, getting education on it. Okay. Well, you keep coming, you keep being educated, you keep going online. There's a lot of good information online. Not all information is good information. Just remember, if they tell you they're diagnosed ones, I will stay away from that frame. I will stay away from that frame and go to experience only for now. Go to experience only for now. I will stay within that vault because if you want to be clear and you want to be free, then personal experience can help. I'm trying to fix my hair right here. Personal experience would definitely be a help to you rather than to get the narcissists themselves to tell you what to do with yours when they got the same problem. All right? And every program that you can go on, and you have to be careful because some of them don't know what they're talking about. Yolanda said, dealing with a Leviathan, girl, is a good topic on tonight. It is, Ernestine. A Leviathan spirit is a very dangerous spirit because it does not care. It is without compassion. It is malignant. She said, it's so hard. He apologized, says he's sorry, and he's working on it. Okay, if that's true, out of 39 years, you mean nothing has changed out of 39 years of being sorry? Out of 39 years, then how we get back to the same thing? After 39 years. See, change isn't change until you change. And when people want to change, they change. And when people love a person and they want to change for that person, they don't orchestrate slow change. They change. They change where you know they're changing and they're working on it and they stay constant with it. They don't work on it a week and then the next week you back into the same mode. That means they haven't changed and they're not planning to change. She said, it's been a few months since we found out. Wow. In that few months, how have they changed? If they are narcissists, you're not going to see change. If they're a toxic person and they change their mind, you may see change. She said, what? My God. Well, see, and then what is good about that, Yolanda, usually a narcissist have more than one diagnosis because there's undergirding factors that caters to that narcissism. And that narcissism may have codependent, bipolar, all of these different things that are involved in that. She says, borderline personality disorder. Absolutely. And usually that is more difficult to diagnose than the narcissism itself. And the bipolar with the narcissism is horrible because the bipolar is a factor. 5 alters. What do you mean 5 alters? What do you mean 5 alters? Explain the 5 alters. 5 personality. So he has multiple personality, narcissism, borderline, and you're still there? Is it a safety factor for you being there? Okay, so you do. Hello, Helen. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us on today. I really appreciate you being here. So, Yolanda, how safe are you? Let me ask you that. How safe do you feel you are? Yes, I'm safe. He doesn't hit me. Why do you want change? Do you see it necessary for change or are you all right with the way he is? Yeah, I understand. Why you think you're safe? If he got five different personalities, he's well, bipolar with, she said, yes, he don't hit me, I'm safe. I'm so confused. I see, because he's borderline, he is a narcissist, five different personalities. How do you know which personality you're dealing with? I love him. We all love them. I know. That's why trauma bonding is there. She said, I'm good, thank you. Yeah. That's why trauma bonding is there, Yolanda. She said, I want him to get help. Yolanda, you said 39 years. 39 years, what help do he want? What do he want to do? Not what you want him to do. What do he want to do? Do he want help? Because if he want help, he will get help. And if he don't want help, it doesn't matter how much you want him to get help. He's not going to get the help because you want it. He's going to get the help because he wants it. He wants help. What is he doing to prove he wants it? And then Yolanda, how do you know he has altered personality? Has he been diagnosed? He wants to be free from Leviathan. Yolanda, how was he diagnosed? Who diagnosed your husband? Who diagnosed him? Did he have a medical diagnosis, or is this determined by what you see? She said, me. Oh, no, no. That's not enough, baby. That's, you're not the one to diagnose that. I've seen him switch. Yeah, but why don't he go to a doctor? He said he really want help. Why haven't he been to a doctor? A few times he's been to the doctor. And what did the doctor say? His eyes turned black. Of course. But what did the doctor say about your husband? The physician themselves. He went to a physician a few times. What did the physician say? What did the physician say, Yolanda? That's the narcissistic stare. When their eyes are black and they look at you with a piercing hatred. She says, when he was a kid, they told him, oh, no, no, baby, you've been married for 39 years. It's time to get him diagnosed. You got to make a medical appointment. He really wants your relationship to work. Then what you got to do is make a medical appointment and get him diagnosed. He never went back since. He has to go back. He's a grown man. That was when he was a child. Things done happen. A lot of things have happened. He needs to have a diagnosis. If you've seen five different people, you've seen the dark eyes, you can see the Leviathan trait, go get him medically diagnosed. There are people who are dealing with narcissist specialists, and they're therapists, counselors, psychiatrists, psychologists that needs him, and just now telling me about it. Okay, are you going to make him an appointment? Will he listen to you? If you tell him you would like for him to make an appointment, do you have that much influence over him? Because I've seen the mask slip. Okay, but you need to take him to a psychologist, a counselor, or a narcissist therapist. All of these have to specialize with narcissism or difficult personality. And instead of, geez, I called him out. That don't do any good, baby. You can call him out. That don't do any good. That don't do any good to call him out. If he's a real narcissist, it endangers you. If he's a real narcissist, that would endanger you That's not going to help you because they're not going to change because you call them out. It's going to hurt you because they're going to devaluate you and they're going to retaliate against you. And as you learn, so you're just learning about this. So you need to learn some things about how they operate. She said, I got sick for 30 days, vomiting, lost 25 pounds. Okay, Yolanda, you are in extreme case. That 1 hour on an internet is not going to resolve the issue. You're going to need a therapist. You're going to need to stay online. If you can't get a therapist, you can't go to a therapist, you can't get a psychiatrist, psychologist, counselor. Then she said the doctor said broken heart syndrome. For him or for you? Was that for him or for you? And then what do he mean, broken heart syndrome? You, oh, well, if you're really with a narcissist, it didn't end. It's only beginning. The older they get, the worse it gets. So you're in for the ride of your life. If you don't like this time, as they get older, it gets worse. Are you ready for what is to come? Because not only do you have to be diagnosed, he needs to be diagnosed. Because once they realize that he's a narcissist and they put it on a medical premises, then they can instruct you in your level of expectation. No, I'm not. You're not what? You're not what, Yolanda? And I know you love him. 39 years of growing love. That can be some intense love. And that means the trauma bond is real. We have a 12 year old. Oh, okay. Is it a son or daughter? Is it a son or a daughter? Is it a son or a daughter? Yolanda, your 12-year-old. Trinity. Yolanda, I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean, Trinity? Unless you're talking about you, him, and the 12-year-old. Triangulation. Is that what you're talking about? Okay, because when the narcissists use trauma, they have a base, a foundational base that they work with and that they work from. And working from is going to strengthen and broaden what they want. It's never going to cater to what you want. You catering to you is only going to assist him. I name her Trinity. Okay, her name is Trinity. How is she doing in a relationship that you've been with the narcissist for 39 years? And the way they act, and if it's a Leviathan spirit, how is your daughter handling that? Because what's in the house affect the house, and who's in the house get affected by the house. So how is that hurting or helping Trinity? I wish Karen was on here. She loves him. Okay. I need to get Karen on here. Can we make that happen, Danielle? We need to get Karen. I don't know whether she can be on or not. Let me see. Caryn. Let's see if we can't get Karen online. Karen was in a relationship for 33 years. She said, I just discovered she's borderline. Oh my God. Oh my God. That must be very difficult for you. That has to be difficult. So, how are you dealing with a narcissist? And she said, I'll reach out to Karen. Okay. How are you dealing with a narcissist and then a borderline daughter? Do you find that a lot of things turn against you with her? She said, I am the empath. Feel, oh my God. So we got a narcissist that has 5 personality. He's borderline, plus a borderline daughter. And then you're the empath. I mean, you got all of these feelings, you absorb all of these emotions. How are you doing? How I'm getting ready to do the etymology of the empath, and I'll probably do that in January. Will you be interested in coming to that Zoom? She said, he woke up in dark empath. He woke up the dark empath in me. Yes. Okay, good. I need you to send me your address, Yolanda. Look up, Danielle put my address up already. It is right above where you named your daughter Trinity. When you told me her name, look right above that. That's my email, because that has to be rough for you. I mean, because you're learning how not to absorb everything. You're learning to push the background noise out. Hey, Karen, how are you? I was just asking about you. Online, we have Yolanda, who's been in her situation 39 years, Karen. And I was telling her I wished I could get you because you was in yours for 33 years. And she is online. Her name is Yolanda. You can go back and read all of the things she wrote, but it's quite an ordeal with her. And we are talking to her, and she is looking for help, relief, even though she's not ready to leave because she still loves him. It's a sincere trauma bond. But this is Karen, Yolanda, Cluster B Free Karen, who was in her situation for 33 years. And I mean, she went through it all, the witchcraft, all of that, ruminating, him trying to brainwash her while she was asleep. All of this, Karen has went through already. She has a tremendous understanding of even some of the things that you talked about on tonight. I want you to know, Yolanda, there is relief. Karen, this is Yolanda. Karen, if you can just take a moment and go back and read the things that she wrote. Yeah, 39 years. It's hard to imagine life without that person. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think she's waking up because she says she's coming into some knowledge. And this is recently, Karen, that she's coming to the knowledge. So she is a new learner. Oh, bless your heart. Yeah, it is. This is not easy. This is not easy for her. And we all know what that takes. We know the energy it's going to take for her, the change of mind it's going to take for her. They also have a 12-year-old daughter who has borderline personality disorder, and he has borderline personality disorder, along with, she said, a Leviathan spirit, and that he is a narcissist, along with 5 different displayed personalities. So that is real malignancy. And that can be very dangerous, especially when you don't been with a person that many years. They're not willing to easily let go. Never. And so what you have to do is use wisdom, and don't always call them out. Get some wisdom on how to speak to them. Because when it's bad for you, it's bad for your daughter. She said, isolate. Oh my God. So do you have family? So you have no family or friends with you. She said, from friends and family. Oh my God. Okay. Well, is it any way to reconnect with them? She said, for Yolanda, her daughter. Oh, she said she's praying for you. Do you have any way to connect with anybody? Can you go to the library? When you go to the library, go to the store, meet people, just to open up your mind, just to breathe your mind. Breathe your mind. Even if you're not getting the help right now, you're getting relief. She said, you are right. I was in for 21 years, out for 7, and still running. Wow, this is Val. Wow, Val Smiley. These are difficult situations. It's not impossible. Let me tell you that. Don't ever become hopeless, because there is hope. However, you got to make some comprehensible decision-making process. You have to do that. My mother's a narc. Oh, that's what drew you to him. That's why you was given at 14. Touch at 3 years old. Oh my God. Was it an arranged marriage, Yolanda, or did you agree to the marriage? How did you get married at 14? Yolanda, education about personality disorder is very necessary. It's hard to hear, but he is not going to change. He's only going to get worse the older he gets. And that is the truth. We met at 14. Well, how old was you when you married him? And is he much older than you, or are y'all about the same age? Is he much older than you, or are y'all about the same age? Because you met at 14. Thank you, Danielle, for keeping me abreast. I'm 54. He's 52. So you met at 14 and he was 12 years old? Is that what you're telling me? He was 12 and you was 14. How old were you when you got married? Yes. How old were you when you got married, Yolanda? How old were you when you got married? 25. Okay. So that means he was 23. 30 minutes in. So you have been married now for 39 years. You met each other when you was 14. He was 13. You have a 12-year-old. She said, I understand what you're going through, Yolanda. I've been through this situation too. Yolanda, thought he was my soulmate. Well, you would think that y'all been together ever since you was kids. You was kids and you have grew through phases because you grown up from a child. So you have had phase, Phase, phase development relationship. So your relationship together has went through all of the phases up to this point in relationship. Yolanda, it is important to know that your daughter is suffering too. She heard, she hears and sees everything that is going on. He says everything you want to hear to keep you there. Absolutely. But I think she's waking up because she's questioning some things now. She's really questioning some things. And what you have to do, Yolanda, do you see the need to change? Or do you feel that you can stay there and develop? Because you say you don't feel threatened, you feel safe. And if you don't feel threatened, you don't feel safe, you don't feel the need to make changes in the relationship, really, do you? She said, I'm trying to give him a chance. You gave him 39 years. How much more chance do you need to give him? You gave him 39 years. That's a long time. 39 years is a long time. So when you say chance, and that's not really chance, it's 39 years of investment that you can't see any other way because you're trauma bonded. You're trauma bonded to the situation. And what I mean by that, the trauma he caused has bond you, which is glued to make you want to stay. The trauma bond makes you want to stay. He treats me like a queen, spoils me like it's hard to walk away from. What do you mean he treats you like a queen? You may not have a narcissist. You may just have a toxic guy. She said, I feel our son is showing signs of the disorder, and I feel I may have to walk away from him. How can I get through to him? It hurts me because he is always enraged at me, disrespectful. How old is your son, Val? How old is your son? And back to you, Yolanda. If you feel like he's treating you that way, you don't see a need to shift or change. He's 21. He's a grown man. Do you live with him, Val? Or do he live with you? And Yolanda, you want him to change, but you just want to stay with him. And you said that's a Leviathan spirit. There's 5 alternates. He is a narcissist. His eyes turn black. Yes, he lives with me. You may have to change that. He may need to live somewhere else. Besides the agreement, he lashes out. Besides the agreement, he lashes out. Okay. You said you're safe. You said he treats you like a queen. You said he has a Leviathan spirit. His eyes turn black. He has 5 alternate personalities. And you believe he's a narcissist. And your mother was a narcissist, so you definitely should know some of those signs. The narcissists get worse with age. Absolutely. That's what Karen just said. Absolutely. Argument. Yolanda, I want you to stay tuned to what a narcissist is. I'm the scapegoat. But based on what you said, Yolanda, this is Karen. I gave my ex chance after chance for 32 of the 33 years. A person cares. They will not keep being difficult. Make a list of all the things he's doing to make you uncomfortable. That's good, so you can see it outright. Yolanda, if I ask you a question, answer me by telling me 3 reasons why, 3 things you're looking for. Name 3 things you're looking for. Name 3 things that you're looking for in him that makes you stay. And then name 3 things with him that makes you want to leave immediately. He believes any and everything his father says, but he knows how to love bomb. And because he's my son, I fall for it. You can't keep falling for it because you're not making him better. You're training him how to be the narcissist you say you see the symptoms of, because he's doing all his training on his mother. The only thing he's not doing with you is sleeping with you. But all the other things, you're going to train him in what to do to a female. Because the love bombing, when it works and it alters you, that's what he's going to do to them. When he love bomb and it doesn't alter you, then he'll be more careful out there. But you're training him to hurt another woman. You cannot let him love bomb you because you know what that is. And the dad has the influence. The narcissist has the influence, not you. So you always going to be on the short end of the stick. Night, Ernestine. Yolanda, if you're a believer, then note the Bible said love is patient, love doesn't keep score, and so on. It is unhealthy to live with rage. It is. And we know the love that you have. We can identify, let's put it like this, because nobody knows it like you. But we can identify. She said when they pull up in the driveway and enter the room, the narcissist's mood changes the atmosphere every time. It's going to be whatever they are because they won't settle for anything else. She said, I want to leave because my purpose is blocked too. She said, I know he's my lesson. I'm scared he might get psychopathic. The most dangerous, they tell you the most dangerous time with a narcissist is when you threaten to leave, when they know you're going to leave, and when you have left. Because to the narcissist, you're their property. There's no such thing as leaving them. They will stalk you, scout you, trace you, track you. They will do those things because the narcissist feel like his property, his merchandise is trying to get away from him. And the narcissist do not want his merchandise to get away from him. Because when you leave, that's a slap in his face. Nobody leaves a narcissist. If anybody leaves, it's the narcissist. Because the narcissist feel that he has the right to leave, and he's the one to decide whether to leave or stay. Yolanda said, I want to stay because I love him so much. He's all I know, and he's showing me he's trying. Really, Yolanda? There's nothing we're going to be able to do to you. I got a video called When the Suppliers Had Enough. Karen is going to post that video because there are certain traits that you have to exemplify. There's a certain place you have to get to. You are not to that place, and we can talk till we blue in the face. But what we're going to do is give you enough information to interchange, enough information where you can safeguard yourself. You can decide really what you're going to do as you grow in the information. Okay? But right now, don't let anybody tell you, if I were you, I would leave. They're not you. If you leave, it must be your own decision. Yolanda, you must make a plan before you make your move. And do that silently. Okay, but she's not even in that stage. She's not there. Domestic violence line Karen is giving you. She said they will help educate you about the different types of abuse. Abuse more than physical. And Val, you said, I'm exhausted just from running from his dad. She said, I have a restraining order on his dad, and I may have to have a restraining order on my son. Do you have a job? Is there any way that you can have, do you have enough resources where you can live on your own, Val? Do you have enough resources? Is there a friend that you can go to that he and your son is not connected to? Because if you go to a flying monkey, you might as well stay with him. So Is there a place you can go? Do you have enough resources to get your own place? Do you have family that you can temporarily live with until you build up? Val, because that doesn't make sense. If you're running from your son can be very dangerous. Just because he's your son, don't mean he won't hurt you. You got to look at the signs. If they're a narcissist and he's careless about his behavior, you can't get hurt. Because if him and his daddies are partners in crime, and what I mean in this relationship, and they got the same ideology, it's not going to work for your good. So Val, because if you get a restraining order, you got to get out of the house anyway. You can no longer be around your son if you get a restraining order. And if you need to get a restraining order, you need to be in your own place. You need to be in a safe place. You need not to let your son know where you go. And I think you said your son lived with you, right? Val, didn't you say your son lived with you? She said when it's applied. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Karen. Yes, he lives with you. See, and you can't put him out, right? Are you afraid of him, Val? She said, I ghosted my family for his. His family, all narcs. My mother-in-law, too. Okay? So you ghosted your family. This is Yolanda. Oh, your mother-in-law's, and that's probably where he got the trait from what he went through with his mom. And he's exemplifying from his life what he went through with his mom. Val, and you say you're in a safe place. You think that's a safe place? Because you can be verbally and characteristically abused. And what I mean is when they try to block you, when they try to stop you, when they try to take your phone, they isolate you from your friend, they isolate you from your family. She said, yes, at times, I also feel he can't take care of himself. Okay, but what are you going to do? You're either going to feel sympathy or you're going to have to get wisdom. He may not can take care of himself, then why can't he go stay with his dad? Since he agrees with his dad, why can't he go stay with his dad? Let his dad have him. So why can't he stay with his dad? Because he can't keep disrespecting you and you take it. The more he disrespect you and the more he take, he's a jumper. Okay. Val, you can't have it both ways. You're either going to have to accept what your son do and the way he treats you, or you have to lay up some boundaries. And those boundaries, your son has to stay within those boundaries. And if you tell him you're going to put him out, you may have to put him out. Do he have friends? Do he have any friends? Val. She said, please call the National Violent Howler. She is helping you understand how you are being manipulated by your sons. She said he don't have any friends. But what has happened, he's isolated you into a realm of control. And the control is the need to take care of him, to get rid of your life, to not live your life, because you can't bring anybody over there because you don't know whether they're act a fool or not. And so you are stuck with your son. Val, do you work? Do you work? And he's 21 years old. Do he work? Yes. Do he work? He works from home. Is he responsible in assisting and taking care of the bills and the things you have to take care of? Yolanda, what do a narcissist have to do to get rid of a Leviathan? They have to be something. There has to be something. That's not natural, that's spiritual. You need to find a good local church that believes in the gospel, that teaches from the word of God, that operate the fivefold ministry, because that is a premises for the house of deliverance. And if it's a place that is preaching the word of God, got a trustworthy leader, don't go there and just join just because you get happy and excited. Look at a pattern of lifestyle. Look at a pattern of the people. Do the people seem free? Is the atmosphere filled with love? Does the pastor seem friendly? Does the pastor seem stable? She said, no, he thinks he doesn't have to pay because his dad told him he shouldn't have to. Okay, now, Mom, two things needs to happen. Karen said, Val, I can't say what a person is really going to do or not. She said, your life is being consumed with his behavior. I understand you love your son. She said, but you must love yourself. My sentiments exactly. My sentiments exactly. That's what I was going to say, Karen. You're either going to let him continue to control you or you're going to take your life back. You can't give your life away to somebody who can't handle their own life. If he can't take care of himself, he needs to be less threatening because you are standing the chance of being out on your own. And once you put them out, don't let them come back until they can change. And what you got to do, you're going to have to put some boundaries and start getting some respect. He get disrespectful and he get threatened, you may have to call the police. And then when you call the police, if he come out of jail, let him go to his dad. Tell him go to your daddy. Let your daddy have you. If his daddy is a jumper, then let him jump with his dad. Rather than to sit there and take your life away. Because he's impervious to what you're going through. He's insensitive. And he's not going to care. And you're going to start having health issues because you locked up within yourself. I love my son and it hurts so bad. Girl, you talking to the choir. You talking to the choir. You know, we understand. We understand. We understand. Done that. Done that. My son, I had to let my son walk the streets. He went from state to state, from city to city. And my son had some real issues in the death. When his father passed, he just had some real issues. There was no way I was going to put up with anything. Because the one thing you do, once you allow disrespect, you can't protect them. You can't protect somebody that disrespects you. There's nothing you can do for them. There's nothing you can do with disrespect. Hmm? Okay, y'all, we got 10 minutes. There's nothing you can do with disrespect. You can't channel that order. You can't use that order. Your son is a son. You're the mother. And what he's doing is stripping you of your power, stripping you of your authority, where you feel, after a while, you're going to feel like you can't do nothing. Then he's going to run your house. She said, hope is the last thing to go. Leviathan is a spirit that God can handle. God doesn't want us to live in fear and misery. If you let him stay, you will only be the treatment will get worse, is what she's saying. And that's true because he's going to strip you of your authority. Once you feel like you can't dominate, you're going to be ruled. And you're going to be ruled by your son. When a child rule anything mature, because they are immature, they're going to abuse it. You would have been abused by dad. You're already being abused by the son. But now you're going to feel, the son going to feel like he owns you. The only thing he will not do is sleep with you, but he'll be treating you like his woman, telling you what to do, telling you where to go, and then he gonna go after your money. He gonna go after your pocket, and if he scare you too bad, you gonna give your money up like you would give it up to a husband. There's no way. You got some decisions to make, Val. They're not easy. They're not easy. And you can tell your son, I'll look for another place. And I'm taking my furniture with me. So you can decide to go to your dad. At least you have a place to stay. But you can't be up in here like that. They go off, call the police. Build a paper trail. Always have a paper trail. Even if they didn't do nothing, they got to record it. They got to put it on record. Then you make a journal. You do times, events. You make sure you write down what is happening. You transcript everything. And if something happened, you need to pull it in a court of law. You got structured documents, registered documents. Put it there. And if you have a faithful friend, once you write out some things, give them a copy of it. Give them a copy of it. Val, this has to quit. And it's not going to be stopped by him. It's going to be stopped by you. He's not going to quit. You have to make him stop by what you no longer tolerate. She said, I know, Karen. I just want him to get help spiritually. And he's willing and ready to fight. He cried about it today. Then just find a church. Yolanda, find a church. You can't do nothing for him. He has to do it for himself now. Yolanda and Val, once you start saying no to the narcissist, she said, you'll be treated and taught worse, not better. Yolanda, you find a local church. Deal with the Leviathan spirit. Ain't none natural. It's all spiritual. You're going to need to get in a good church, good deliverance church, and get the word in him and he get delivered. Number 2, if he's narcissist, he can't get delivered because if he don't see nothing wrong with him, if he sees something wrong with her, I doubt if he's a narcissist. He's probably a mean person. He's probably a toxic person because narcissists have an inability to look within. And when they do, it's a sham. It's never true sorrow, true apology, true deliverance. Val, you're going to have to bring back the stronghold of your house through you. You're going to have to take your house back. If he can't do nothing, put him out. When he get out there and learn something, because if you can save him, do it. But you're not helping him right now. You're emotionally raising your son. You cannot emotionally raise a child. You have to wisely raise a child. Because your emotions are not always comparable to what is needed. You'll cave in emotionally. Your son needs somebody, a mom, that's going to be a mom to help them not get hurt or wounded in the street where nobody cares because he pulled that stuff off on somebody. They're not going to care about your son. You care about him because you're the mom. But they're not going to care about him being your son. You're going to have to get your power back. And if you stay with our videos and come with on Tuesday, I will not be on next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that, go to Clubhouse, download Clubhouse. 10:45 Central Time, 10:45 Eastern, 9:45 Central. She said, thanks, Helen. He'll slip up and say something rude and won't remember he said it. He remember. He just gaslight you and act like he don't remember he said it. He remember. Yolanda, then turn around and say sorry. Yolanda and Val, please get close to God with Bible study and prayers. Develop strong boundaries and refuse to tolerate toxic behavior. Say no to their selfishness. They will get angry. Who you just got to hold your stand. You got to hold who you are, or you're gonna lose who you are. Make sure you like and share this page. Look for me when I come on, and make sure Yolanda, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Val, subscribe to this channel. She said, yes, I'm on it. Okay, make sure you download Clubhouse. Tuesday, 9:45 Pacific. She said, I did. Good girl. You're on it. Pacific Standard Time, 10:45 Eastern, 9:45 Central. All right? I love you to life. I got to go, guys. Yolanda, thank you for the privilege of knowing you. And believe me, we'll be praying for you and Val. Thank you, Val. I pray that I will see you. I will not be on next Tuesday. After Thanksgiving, I'm coming back on. So remember, I will not be here on next Wednesday. I will not be on Bible study Monday and Wednesday. I will be back on after Thanks. No, next week, Wednesday, I will not be back on until after Thanksgiving, right? So after Thanksgiving, I'll be back on Wednesday. Tuesday, after Thanksgiving, I will be back on Tuesday. Good night, Yolanda. Thank you, Karen. Good night, Val. You will be there, and I will be looking for you. Val, we love you. And Yolanda, we're praying for you. And know that you're not by yourself. You got a new tribe and a new family. God bless everybody. Bye-bye.